Carrot cake. It's the only dessert that convinced people that vegetables can actually be bad for you.
Eat your vegetables!
At some point in history, somebody looked at a carrot and thought, you know what this needs? Cream cheese frosting. And honestly, they might just be a genius.
You're a goddamn genius. That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard.
This is homemade versus bakery, carrot cake edition. Carrot cake actually became popular during World War II when sugar was being rationed and carrots were being used as a natural sweetener in desserts. So technically, carrot cake exists because people were trying to survive. And now we just casually eat carrot cake birthday parties next to ice cream. And over time, carrot cake evolved into this weird balancing act between dessert and salad. Because depending on the recipe, you might find carrots, pineapple, raisins, walnuts, pecans, coconut. At some point, you're basically one ingredient away from trail mix.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
So today, we're putting homemade carrot cake up against bakery carrot cake to see which one takes the top spot. Will homemade have that rich spice flavor and fresh texture? Will the bakery version be perfectly moist and balanced? Or will both somehow taste like cinnamon bread covered in Elmer's glue? And at the end, we will score both cakes on a scale from 1 to 5 in 4 categories: appearance, taste, texture, and cost, to decide the ultimate carrot cake champion. Let's head to the kitchen and find out. Well, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're putting together this carrot cake. And if you notice, this carrot cake's list of ingredients is quite impressive. There's 4 or 5 different spices in there. There's a lot to this cake. And then on to the left is just the very simple cream cheese frosting ingredients. But we're gonna do something different on this one. We're not gonna use a power mixer or a stand mixer for this one, because everything that I've read says that this cake is very delicate as far as the mixing goes, and that it can go south and get tough and dense. So I'm gonna mix everything by hand on this cake. I will use the mixer for the cream cheese icing though. Let's get to mixing this up, get it in the oven, get it decorated, and we will try it against the grocery store, the Publix carrot cake, which from my research is supposedly the best retail carrot cake that you can get. So let's get busy. Carrots and sweet dishes dates back to medieval Europe, when sugar was scarce and expensive. Carrots, naturally high in sugar, were incorporated into puddings and cakes as a substitute for refined sweeteners, providing both moisture and flavor to desserts. An English recipe from 1591 for a pudding and a carrot root included ingredients like eggs, cream, raisins, spices, and breadcrumbs, reflecting early experimentation with carrot-based sweets. These carrot puddings were precursors to modern carrot cake, often baked, steamed, or molded in pans similar to plum pudding or pumpkin pie. By the 18th century, orange carrots were developed through selective breeding, enhancing their sweetness and making them more desirable for cooking. Recipes for carrot-based dessert appeared in European cookbooks, including Antoine Boublier, 1814, Gâteau de Carrots, which was later translated into English as carrot cakes in 1824. These recipes combined grated carrots with flour, eggs, and spices, laying the foundation for the modern cake. In Switzerland, carrot cake became a popular treat, especially for children's birthdays. Carrot cake experienced a revival in the United Kingdom during World War II, when sugar rationing encouraged the use of carrots as a natural sweetener. The cake's popularity spread to the United States in the 1960s and 70s. All right, we've got these ready. We're gonna cook them at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes, and we'll get it out and put it together. In the meantime, let's make some cream cheese icing, where it became associated with health-conscious eating due to its inclusion of carrots, nuts, and sometimes pineapple or coconut. The addition of cream cheese frosting elevated the dessert. All right guys, we got the cake out. It's cooled off. We got everything we need to decorate it. So we're gonna throw this thing together real quick and then we'll do the reveal.
A few moments later.
Well, there it is, folks, in all its glory. Messed around with a little piping. We're gonna get in here, try this cake out, and see how it tastes. But first, check out this reveal. The verdict. Here we are at the end with our two cakes. On my right here is the homemade cake with the, I must say I'm proud of my little piping with the carrots on there. And then on the left, we have the bakery style. Now I got this from Publix and I did some research and found that it rated the highest of all store-bought carrot cakes. So we wanted to pick it to be the one we compare to. As we talked about before, we're going to score these a 1 through 5 on 4 different categories: appearance, texture, taste, and cost. We'll jump right into it and we'll start with the bakery version. The appearance is, the way they make these are in like logs, so they don't have icing all the way around them, but they put this really nice little icing carrot on the top, and it does make them stand out. But as far as like beautiful cake, I'm gonna say the homemade cake will get a, I'm pretty proud of this, I'm gonna give it a 4. And the bakery cake, I'm going to give it a 3. All right, our second category is gonna be texture. And texture with a carrot cake, I would say it needs to be moist. The cream cheese needs to have a nice consistency to it. So let's check this out. The texture is pretty nice, pretty crumbly, and the cream cheese is set up just fine. You can tell they did this with some kind of automated device. So on the texture, I'm gonna give the bakery one also a 3 because I think it's pretty good. On the homemade, the texture, I mean, this thing is as soft as a pillow. You can actually see the moisture in it. It's a really nice, probably one of the most moist cakes that I've made so far. I'm going to give it a 4 because I'm really proud of this cake. All right, our next is taste. This is where it all comes together. It can look good, but if it doesn't taste good, then it's a useless cake, in my opinion. So let's get some of the orange icing carrot, some of the cream cheese, and the cake itself on the bakery side. All right, that tastes really good. I will say that the icing and cream cheese icing tastes more like a buttercream than it does cream cheese. The cake is wonderful. It tastes really good. It's got all the spices in it. They don't really jump out at you, but you can tell they're in there. So on taste, I'm gonna give the bakery one a 3, and simply a 3 because the icing isn't that great. But the cake itself is really good. Now on mine, let's give it a shot. Let's get a little bit of everything. Oh man. Now I promise guys, I'm not giving these better scores just because I made them. I'm trying my hardest to be honest here. And in my honest opinion, my cake is freaking awesome, man. It is good. The cake is so moist, and those the cloves and the cinnamon and the nutmeg, all those flavors just jump off the table at you. And then that cream cheese icing. I've made cream cheese icing quite a few times in the last few videos, and I think I nailed it on this one. The German chocolate was a little bit too sweet, so I cut back on the powdered sugar, but I did everything else, so adding the lemon juice and a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of salt, and that cream cheese icing is bomb. Taste, I'm gonna give this a 4.5. Because like I said, I'm gonna make it really hard to get a 5, but that tastes fantastic. Now we all know that it doesn't really matter what any of us think, as long as our Judge Piper is here. So we're gonna give her a little bit of each one and let her tell us what she thinks. Here you go. Well, you drop half of it on the floor. What do you think?
That's good, but the cream cheese frosting tastes funny.
Right, that's what I said about the cream cheese icing. Not that great. Now let's try my cake. Here, a little bit of the cream cheese. Your tongue says it all. Or what do you think of that one?
My goodness, I'd eat that on a dirty bone.
Well, there you have it, folks. I think I'm starting to convince her that I can actually bake. But we appreciate you guys coming along and joining us for this. I wasn't real sure how this was going to turn out. Again, these are all things that I've never done before, so this is the first time I've tried it. And I think that this thing turned out really, really good. We're going to keep on rolling. The next video will be a strawberry cake. We're going to make a strawberry reduction and put it both in the batter and in the cream cheese frosting. So be sure to tune in next week. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you know when our next video drops. Well, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Tell them bye, Piper.
Bye. See ya.